from Southwest Florida's news leader. This is Wink News at 5.
All new at 5, these bee swarms could seriously endanger lives. Wink News investigates what's causing them.
A warm welcome for this soldier turned teacher. The school saved his job for him whenever he came back.
And all new at 5, this insulin saves lives, but it comes at a cost. Wink News introduces you to a child who's already thinking of her future bank account.
Wink News, the weather.
And convicted for his role in cheating Lee County taxpayers out of $5 million. So what happens now after his apparent suicide? 78-year-old Robert Gow faces 45 years in prison plus restitution. Does his wife, Kate, convicted alongside her husband, have to pay up? Wink News reporter Taylor Basaki went looking for those answers today. She joins us live from downtown Fort Myers. Taylor.
Well, yes.
Ring doorbell camera catches a woman stealing an Amazon package in Alva. The packages were worth nearly $300 when they were swiped from the victim's front porch. The thief was seen leaving in a white sedan, possibly a Buick. And take a look at this woman. Fort Myers police says that she stole from a Target store along Dynasty Drive, and they need your help to find her. Investigators say she took $600 worth of merchandise from the store early last month. If you know who she is or the porch pirate is, call the number on your screen, 1-800. And the family of a Florida college student who lost her life in a mass shooting is using her death to inspire change. Wink News anchor Brittany McDonald joins us in the studio with more on the nonprofit they just launched.
Yeah, John Carlos, 21-year-old Florida State University student.
Rocketing drug prices means many Americans can't afford to pay their bills. We told you people before are rationing their insulin because the vials could cost thousands of dollars. But Senator Rick Scott says he wants to help you. Wink News reporter Jerica Valaterra talked to one child with diabetes who is nervous for her future bank account.
Paying for the insulin she needs. Jerica Valaterra, Wink News now.
And the pharmacist in Jerica's story said pharmaceutical companies raise their prices at the beginning of January, or if not, sometime during the month of June. The Hill is reporting one company, Eli Lilly, announced today it's introducing a cheaper version of its insulin that will sell at half the price.
Fort Myers
Road closed for more than 2 years is set to reopen in a matter of hours. Piper Road between US 17 and Henry Street will reopen tomorrow. We first told you last week people have noticed construction barrels at the site but haven't noticed any changes to the road work. The work has been paid for by the penny tax, which was passed by Charlotte County voters in 2012. And Publix sold a record $36.1 billion in groceries and goods in 2018 and netted nearly $2.5 billion in profits. Publix released their numbers late last week. The company says same-store sales went up just over 1% for the last three months of the year and up over 2% for the whole year. Publix has nearly 800 stores across Florida. In less than an hour, the Lee County School District will host its third marijuana prevention session to teach you what to look out for. They'll break down the myths and facts of teen marijuana use. It is at 6 tonight at Varsity Lakes Middle School. This is the last seminar the district is hosting. And a big event on Fort Myers Beach this weekend. Shrimp Fest starts Saturday, but a warning for the Matanzas Pass Bridge closes between 9 a.m. in the afternoon and up to the afternoon for the big parade. Thousands of people show up for this event last year, so remember to pack your patience. And protecting women secretly, the jewelry that will save your life, all new at 5:30 plus.
The First Lady takes her Be Best campaign on the road.
Where's my refund? If you're not careful, it could end up in the hands of scammers. But Wink News safety and security specialist Rich Coco tells you how to keep your money safe.
Tax season is big money. Last year, the IRS refunded almost.
Now, from Southwest Florida's news leader, this is Wink News at 5.
And swarms of bees are popping up across southwest Florida. This swarm forced a woman to stay in her car last week at Pagefield Commons, and there was just a warning in Immokalee over the weekend. The stinging question, what causes this nightmare scenario?
But this is the time of year the swarms start, so everybody should be watching out for a lot of bees.
It can be extremely dangerous for people who have allergies. Wink News reporter Anika Henner went to see what all the buzz is about and how to protect yourself.
For most of us, we to get them out. Anika Henniger, Wink News now.
Wow, well, the bee removers we spoke to say in the warmer months you'll see more swarms. Now is the time to check your home for any loose inhalation so they can move in. If you're a residential or seasonal resident, you'll have to have someone keep an eye on your home for any bees while you're gone.
a man is
And the House expands its investigation into the commander-in-chief. It requested documents today from more than 80 entities, including President Trump's oldest son, his business, and the White House. Wink News reporter Nicole Killian is live in Washington, D.C. Now, Nicole, who else has been asked to hand over documents?
Oh, well, John Carlos, Florida pollster Tony Fabrizio is on the list. He served as the president's pollster.
Concerning data about the number of measles cases, the CDC says at least 206 cases were reported since January 1st, and we're now just getting into the third month of the year. And with those outbreaks, researchers hope a new study will reassure parents vaccines are safe. Week News reporter Tom Hansen is following the new developments for us at 5:30. And children need 2 doses of the MMR vaccine, one at 12 to 15 months old, and then the second at 4 to 6 years old. The 2 doses are 97% effective. A ban on bans. A Florida bill could stop places like Sanibel and Fort Myers Beach from banning plastic straws. So how can the ban stay in place? Week News anchor Brittany McDonald joins us in the studio to explain how. Brittany.
Well, the measure
And it's a fear many of us have, getting Alzheimer's. Right now, 5.7 million Americans are living with it, and that number is expected to top 14 million by 2050. While there is no cure, scientists may be able to classify it better. Wink News anchor Channing Frampton explains how.
Every 65. Wink News now.
And the new study on classifying Alzheimer's includes 19 researchers from several institutions. It took more than 2 years for them to just standardize the neuropsychological test scores across the study to detect meaningful patterns. Be the best you can be.
The First Lady takes her initiative on the road as she hopes to teach children to be responsible online and to avoid drugs. Her message today, all new after the break.
And First Lady Melania Trump is taking her Be Best initiative on the road in her first solo U.S. overnight trip in official capacity. The White House says each stop of the 3-state tour is designed to highlight a key component of the First Lady's campaign. Wink News reporter Natalie Brand is following her visit tonight at 5:30.
First Lady